that.
You sure I don't want me to stand on something?
Why?
You keep calling me a midget.
Well, someone who's under 4 foot for nothing is technically classed as a midget, aren't they? There's height restrictions that allow you for that classification and identification. You fall into that bracket.
I'm your very own Warwick Davis, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah.
You are. I could be your Stephen Marchant.
You could.
Anyway.
Do you hang in a buffalo stance?
No. I walk like an Egyptian.
All right, okay. Hello. Welcome to Reality Carp Fishing TV. We're back for 2025.
A little bit of a roundup as well as a session.
A little bit of a roundup, yes, because we haven't done much filming from the back end of 2024 or 2025, have we? I've had 1 or 2 health scares as usual. Had some biopsies done, all come back negative, so that's good. But obviously it impacted my fishing, and I know you've been busy at work and shit.
I've done some fishing. I've had a couple of fish posted up about a little bit. Done a little bit of filming in between, but not really had any chance to edit and get something out there for a video. So
no, that's right. So
make the most of an opportunity.
So here we are. We're fishing together in the same swim down our club lake. It's really our first session together as such. We have fished together this year already, but not in the same swim. So 2025, how did it start? Well, I did my first session back into March, early April, down on the road bank. Rocked up in the swim, see a fish pop his head out in the margins, flicked a little pineapple pop up on his head, little Eclipse pineapple in Butric pop up. 5 minutes and it was away. Incredible. So here's the footage of that now. .3110, a real dumpy one. Bait was in the water 5 minutes. Unbelievable. On the Eclipse pineapple pop up on a Ronnie in the margin. One of the quickest bites I've ever had, and it's my first session of 2025 too. Let's get him back. Bosh, we're in it.
Yeah, itchy eye of all things. So there you see Paul with his fish. From
5 minutes, I couldn't believe it.
I know. Back in April. I've done a little bit over winter. I was fishing on a different lake, on a different club through winter, up until till December, and then stupidly I took up Sunday league football again. So I was going football on a Sunday morning.
You're in your 40s, mate. Why are you playing football?
I'm still sprightly. Don't worry about that. So I was doing 24-hour sessions, really. I did a couple of sessions down the lake that we're at now through winter, and I suppose I didn't start doing it properly until, like I say, April, and I've had a couple of fish since April, of which I know it's grow, mate. There's a grow bag down there, which I'll show you some of those photos and a little bit of the footage now.
Bosh.
Here we have a lovely common, scraper 20, caught on my ever faithful Eclipse Baits boilies. This was a Manbury wafter over a little bed of bait. Cracking way to start the session. What a common. So, first early morning bite. Eclipse Baits virus boilies, and an Eclipse Baits wafter hook bait. Rattled off. What a stunning little football fish. Happy days. Let's get her back in the drink.
The source of all light is in the eye. You evoke light out of the universe.
No.
So we're in session now, rods are out. You did the night last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did last night. I managed to nick a little 18-pound common, something like that.
It's a fish, mate.
Yeah, on a baited spot. So the lake is quite weedy now. There's a lot of like onion weed type eelgrass growing. So my line lay over the top of that. I'm fishing to a clear spot just over the back of this weed. I've been fishing it a little bit slack. And obviously because I don't want the fish that are cruising over it to bump into it, so I've just dropped it and laid it on the top and fished over the back, and bang, 1 o'clock this morning it was away.
Nice, mate.
So yeah,
well, with all that hot weather we've had, that's probably why the weed's grown up
I mean,
the way it has.
the last few weeks I've been down here, mate, and you was down here with me the other week. The fish have been really moody and there's lots of fry in the margins.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no,
I think some of them spawned. I don't know if they all have. And I know the bream have spawned, so there's an awful lot of fry. So yeah, we'll make the fishing pretty moody because the fish do like to eat the fry.
Yeah.
But we've got some good baits on. I've got the pineapple on Butrix on one of the rods. As you see, I can need to replenish that because I'm almost out. That's how
Empty.
good they are. Yeah, so that's why I had my 30 pounder on my first session down here in the spring. And now I've got little virus pop-ups on, which are really
They
small.
look like 8 to 10 mil, mate. They are.
Little
Look.
tiny ones, yeah. Match the hatch because we're feeding virus and also some flake maize and hemp. So I thought I'd go in with the virus pop-ups over the top. I've also got a straight bottom bait on as well. Quite shying away from the fluoros now, mainly because we're coming into summer now and they've probably seen all the colours all through the rest of the year. So I thought keep one of these on a rod, which is in the margins down here on my left. See if that can get me a bite, but out on the main spot I'm using the virus. What about you?
Yeah, my baiting approach has been slightly different to you, Paul. I've been putting quite a bit of pellet, hemp and whole and chopped boilie. Probably not as much hemp and a bit more boilie, to be fair. I've been putting chops and wholes through the spod, and I've been glagging them in the virus gravy. I've really used the virus gravy to its full extent in pre-soaking 2 or 3 days before. I get all of my baits out probably the Tuesday / Wednesday before I'm coming to fishing, and then I leave them to defrost a little bit, and then a day or so before I'm due to go, I pour everything over, give it a good stir, and I let it soak. And I've been putting the pellets in, the match the hatch pellets, to just let them soak. And I know that
pellets.
yeah, and there's a lot of bream in here, but touch wood, I've only had 2 bream. And
You put the kiss of death on it now, haven't you?
well, to be fair, I thought I would have a lot more bream, and
You're going to live up to your name lid.
most definitely. And I've been fishing virus wafters, which I always fish, to be fair, but I've actually been using also the new dumbbells because I sometimes like to fish a solid bag or a little shorter rig with a little different colour, because where you're putting corn and hemp and maize out sometimes, something that's sitting in amongst the same sort of colour on the bottom imitates a bit of corn, something like that. They're only 8 to 10 mil, the wafters.
They're lovely little things, they are.
They are. I'll just go and get a pot of those, show you those in a minute. Quick pop to the shops. Oh, look what we got. Sweeties.
Dun, dun. Look at them bad boys.
So yes, they're the pineapple one in Butrick in yellow. What a lovely little dumbbell they are. And they smell, you always can't have smell-o-vision, but oh, that is just one of the best smells ever.
Oh, yeah.
And they work a treat as a little topper. Probably not the best, but look, tiny little topper, as you can see. One of them cut in half, or just used as a wafter on its own. And again, Manbury in pink. Lovely little pink one. Ding. They've done me, I think my 30 came with one of these with a tip actually. Lovely. that's my approach. There's the old saying, fail to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah, and we've got a massive storm coming, so, well, allegedly we have.
Allegedly.
From about 3 o'clock, so we might be battening down the hatches. But it's going to be carpy weather, if you can call lightning carpy, but waving like 12 foot of carbon around when there's a storm above you is not.
Well, you've only got to look at some
health.
of our French videos, mate, when we've been stuck out there in the storms, when we've been in France. They're a little bit more epic than we get in the UK, but still,
If
you have to take care. You've got to be a little bit sensible about things.
Yeah, exactly that. But if I can nick a fish, I'm going to be happy. If it's a 40, I'm going to be even happier.
I'm throwing you in.
Because I'm due one. I am due one. So.
Well, one came out in the beginning of the week, mate, and there's a fair few of them in here. So,
yeah.
By law of averages, one will slip up at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's on my rig, on my bait.
I've done the obligatory free the goose.
Oh yeah, you've done a good deed for the day.
Done another good deed. Another goose that was wrapped up in spom. He got freed. You know, I've fixed your singles for you. That's another good deed.
Seized up.
His front, the adjustable part of the singles, the little thumb screw part was all seized. Couldn't unscrew it. Couldn't adjust them. Got the singles tool out. Bosh. Have some of that.
Yep. So that's done. So I'm happy with that.
They're all adjustable again. Fix them.
I'm happy where my rods are on the spots.
Got a little bit of bait out there. We haven't overdone it. Just enough to nick a bite, I think, and
I'll probably
top it up as you go, innit?
I'll redo them this evening. Put a bit more bait out there this evening when the storm's passed. And let's see what tonight brings.
Yeah, it weren't fun spomming last night at 1 o'clock in the morning when it was raining like anything else.
Needs must.
But after having a fish, you chuck the jacket on and away you go.
Yeah, mate.
Just grin and bear it. It weren't cold, so.
No, it's nice weather, proper carpy weather now. Overcast, low pressure, storm coming, bit of rain. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Spooner and 9 others. That's really interesting. Pops up on your Instagram. Hello, Spooner.
Well, that was an roaring success. Big pack down has started. It's time to go home. But the good news is, well, it's not good news. I had 3 bream. And one of them was a slab, like a proper big one, but not real. Yeah.
One fish, something pound common, about 18, 19 pounds, something like that.
On your first night?
On the first night.
And then nothing last night?
No, they wasn't showing as much. They showed a bit this morning. Looked really good for it after the rain, but...
Yeah, it did rain, didn't it?
It did rain.
Oh, I found out my bivvy leaks again.
But we fixed it now with some sealant.
We think we fixed it.
Yeah.
So I think I need to buy a skull cap. Yeah, not a roaring success, but we came, we tried.
We didn't conquer this time.
We didn't conquer this time, but there's always next time. And as the saying goes, you don't blank, you just run out of time.
Yep, can't catch him sitting at home, mate.
That's
so, see you all next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.